There's something about old game music, man. I know because of hardware limitations it had to be real short, so all that looping must have burned it into my brain anyway. But this stuff really stuck with me, even after I stopped playing the games that it came from. Some of the songs still make me cry. So I found myself wondering, how do you make this stuff? How do you turn 7 bars of bleep bloops into something that'll stay with someone a lifetime? Well, I hope I find the answer to that someday. In the meantime, I know some concepts that help, like motives. What's a motive? This is a motive. A motive's a musical building block, kind of like a Lego. By taking one of these blocks and putting it together with other blocks, we can turn motives into melody. Those motives were from Rising Sun by Kenji Ito. It was made for the first game in the Mana series, which was actually called Final Fantasy Adventure in the States. But I digress. Now, motives come in many different shapes and sizes, but in this video I'm just going to be talking about melodic motives. So if I say motive from now on, think melodic motive, okay? Here's Aquatic Ambience by David Weiss. So let's play around with motives a little bit. Here's a C minor 9 chord. Now, just using notes from that chord, I'm going to put down a really basic 4-note pattern. The 9th, the 3rd, the 7th, and the 5th. Yes! Now, to establish this as a motive, all we really need to do is repeat it. So, let's do that. But if we just repeat one motive forever and ever and ever, it'll get monotonous really quick. There are a lot of ways to overcome that monotony. We could make a new motive and then connect it with this one. We could also develop the motive. Instead of connecting separate motives, we take one motive, make new versions of it, and then connect those. Let me show you what I mean with Rising Sun. These 3 chunks of the melody could all be made from the same motive, A, B, C, D. We take the motive, copy it, and with a little bit of warping and some cropping, we can extend it into something more robust. Have a listen. Back to our 4-note motive. If we leave its basic shape the same, there are a lot of ways that we can change it while still maintaining its recognizability. We can invert the notes. We can transpose them. We can play the whole thing backwards. Now let's fiddle around with our motive a bit and make a couple new versions of it. Now if we add these new versions to the end of our original loop, we can create something a lot more interesting. Have a listen. Sound familiar? Motives go a lot deeper than I managed to cover here, but I hope you enjoyed this little video, and that it gave you some interesting concepts to play around with. If you want any of the project files that I used as examples, please have a look at my Patreon. Take care.